When the whole world was dragged into World War III, brave men like my father fought on the front lines. And they weren't alone. That was 20 years ago. Now it's up to us to carry on their legacy. And every so often, the earth from which we come gives way for something new, something greater to be born, and with them, even greater threats to face. Bring it on! Phenomenova. For you, Dad. For you.
Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines.
Someone says, what's the future? Vaughn Coleman.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Glad you think so, Shine. I'm glad you think so. What's going on, guys? So I've had one of those days that was just a non-stop, just oh my god, hyper focus, just going in task. And at the end of the day, I think I need to just take a breath. I've accomplished a lot, but I have a lot more to do. Like a lot of stuff that was based on plans in motion and follow through, but then a lot of stuff that's kind of like it'll get done soon. But I'm very proud of what I've accomplished today, but I still think I can accomplish more. Isn't that always how it is, right? First of all, let me just say, printing. What's going on, Brian? Hope you're doing well. What's going on, Emily? Just want to say real quick. So transparency. Now you're not going to see this from a lot of like especially the mainstream comments. Probably not going to be talking about it a lot. But you know me, I'm an independent creator, so these things I tend to notice more, and I want to be transparent. I got a quote from my printer for issue 2. Fun fact: printing costs are going up 15% here in the United States. So, yeah, American printing costs are going up like crazy. So, I was like, you know what? God damn it! I'm getting this digital version out there. You know, so I was like, I was spending the last 2 days. Well, I've accomplished a lot these last 2 days, just going through costs and a lot of math and let's put it this way: my issue 2 campaign definitely going to be paying for the printing costs. The book is pretty much done. And issue 3 we're gonna have to make plans for. I might have to push back issue 3. I don't want to, but you know, I can't make issue 3 without issue 2. And yeah, so I was thinking about it and I was looking at all my business expenses and I'm like, you know what, man? You know how much I'm spending on this? What if I just did like mostly digital? And I was talking to Paul Thayer, Project Analysis, and he was telling me is like, I would never do just digital. And I'm thinking about it. It's like a lot of my favorite comics that I've read, I read digitally. But I always prefer physical. Suppose I'm making a good comic first. I agree. But I did. You know. And then the next and the next. But yeah, printing is going to be a pain in the ass. And I was planning conventions. So here's what I can say now. confidently. So I can confidently say that, man, oh God, it's so scatterbrained. I really didn't want to do digital for my future comic because I hate digital media, but I might have to. Dude, well, here's the thing: you could do both. Like my physical book is going to be more expensive. It'll be nicer though. I mean, oh God, did I leave it downstairs? You can't be like holding it in your hand. It's just not the same. Physical and cons are a big part of my income, so I don't plan on ditching. I'm not ditching it either. Don't worry. But it's also right now I'm at a point where it is a big spender. You have to get the banner behind you. You have to all sorts of stuff, you know. So I'm in the spending phase. And I might be in there for a little while. But cons are key, man. You want to make, you want to go to as many cons as you can, and that's what I'm planning on doing. If you're in the Jersey area, there's a good chance you will catch me at cons. I already have 2 planned for January. I do Digital Comics with Jeff, have barely made any sort of debt. That's unfortunate. Well, regardless, you can, if you want to guarantee that you get your first printing copy of Phenomenova issue 1, you got to do it. I didn't want to have a digital version at all. 1, to combat piracy, and 2, because comics is supposed to be a physical medium. I'm in agreement with you. Listen, you're preaching the choir here. I didn't want to do digital. I always wanted to do it in some capacity. Physical comes first, right? I'm sent out physical, and I wanted to make a physical product first. I always do digital too because I understand that some people in other countries don't want to pay $28 for shipping. Yeah, exactly. That's another thing. International. And piracy, I was thinking about that, but I realized like within a week I had someone, do a review of my comic and basically showed the whole comic. And I realized basically it's going to get out there. People basically told me like it's going to get out there. Most comics, I guarantee you, any comic you read that's on the shelf, someone's probably already made a scan of it and put it online for free because people are assholes. So, but the truth is most people will buy it, right? Because I know full well that any comic that's on the newsstand right now, I could probably read digitally. Most of you probably can. The reason we're doing it is because we want to support the industry, because God damn it, it feels good to support comics. It feels good to hold it in your hand. Let's see, while we're on this discussion, we'll get into the comics themselves. Let's take the scenic route. There are 2 ways to go about it. Let's go through my website that I paid an assload for. That's another reason is I'm like looking at all the costs and I'm like, holy shit, it costs this much for a website, this much to do this much to do this, subscription costs. Running a business is a lot of money, a lot of money and time and energy. But I think one day it'll pay off. All right, ready? So, digital comics. Please tell me it updated. It didn't update. Fuck. Hold on. Refreshing. All right, hold on. Take 2. Oh, I just so happened to be on my favorite website. I've pirated so much shit, I'd be a hypocrite if I complained about other people pirating my stuff. If anything, it helps spread awareness of our books. That's important too. I like having both a physical and a digital copy. Well, you're in luck, Jim. You're in luck. Because if you go to rebeloasisstudios.com, ladies and gentlemen, digital comics. See, I got the tech support girl, decided to put her here, of course. Click for the digital store. Where does that take? Oh, right. It doesn't go with you when you do it this way. Hold on. Yeah, I've pirated stuff because like it was too hard. Like I pirated shows that generally if it's an accessibility issue. But I figured if you could do it, like, because here's how I thought to go about it. I think Global Comics is a great solution to the problem. Hold on. Globalcomics.com. You can read the first 10 pages of Phenomenova issue 1 for free. For free. here we go. Issue 1, baby. This was actually really, at first I was like, oh man, am I going to hate outlining the little parts to read? But it was actually really fun. It was so fun. I really like this. Oh. So you do this and then, uh-oh, what's this? Plus 63 locked pages. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'll put my credit card information on, and then I can get a subscription, and you could read access to over 78,000 comics right here for like $7 a month on globalcomics.com. That is crazy. There's this image books on that. You could read like all of Invincible on here. You know, I learned about this from reading and then seeing ads for it. It is such a great website. I think the future lies on this site. I really do. And here's the thing, too, right? So you could read the whole comic, the whole book on here. Or for $5, you could download the PDF and it's all yours. And then you could be a piece of shit and put it on the internet for free. In which case, fuck you. But, you know, you have to realize if your stuff isn't getting pirated, it's probably because no one cares enough to pirate it. That's the truth. But anyway, if you get a subscription on this website, I don't know. I hope I get a bonus if you subscribe directly from me from reading my book. But yeah, you just click here. You can do monthly or yearly, whatever, and you could read my book on here digitally, panel by panel. I specifically, I gridded it out panel by panel. It was actually pretty easy. I thought it would take forever, and it actually didn't. It was actually fun, which I did not expect. See, look at that. Look at the little bits of hair I had to do. Man, I did such a good job on this. Incredible work. Me and my fictional brother, or I mean, not me, Miles Hanksley and his brother, no relation, no similarities to Von Coleman and all. So there we go. That's on Global Comics. And oh, wait, I wasn't done showing it off. Hold on. Back to business. Back to business. So you could get the print version. You could also, where is the option to get the, hold on. Give me a second. Is there not the option to get it? I'm going to check this in another tab real quick, guys. I want to make sure that, because the option to buy the digital should be there. 1 second. All right. Okay. Creator page. Account settings. Subscription? No, that's not it. God fucking damn it. Hold on. I was like, it's all set up. It's all good. I double checked it, but I guess I didn't triple check it. Hold on. Come on. Where is it? Oh, wait. Here we go. Yeah, see? It should be available, dude. How do you do digital downloads? You can get it digitally. I know you can get revenue from this. How do you feel about Man of Steel, Vaughn? You know, I saw it 3 times in theaters. I loved it. And then time passed, and I kind of kept. Here's the thing: I was kind of coping because I hated Iron Man 3, and also I wanted a DC universe so badly. And they basically kept saying like the only chance of a Justice League movie to happen is if Man of Steel does well. And I was like, Man of Steel is going to be the greatest movie of all time. It has to be. It has to be. And so I kind of downplayed a lot of legitimate criticisms of the movie in favor of the stuff I liked. And there is stuff I liked, but looking back, I don't know, man. I don't know. I like aspects of it, but especially after how Zack Snyder did characters after. I don't know. The Green Lantern movie I have not seen since I saw it in theaters, and I'm kind of afraid to be honest. I wasn't as into comics when I saw the movie. But yeah. I don't know, man. I have to think. I really have to think. But I could say it's probably not good. From what I remember, it's not that good. Man of Steel, though, it's too the problem with Man of Steel. File sharing. I mean, I get what you're saying. Well, hold on. But the people in the line, all right. I don't know if I buy getting a copy and lending it to your friend that I could get, but I have an almost irrational love of Man of Steel. I genuinely love that movie. That's interesting. I don't know, because all right, Pa Kent dying to save the world, I would kind of go, that's sad. And then the more I extrapolate, the more I'm like, wait a minute, that's kind of fucked up of a message to send to your son. And the more I thought about that, the more disgusting I honestly thought some of that message was. Thoughts on James Gunn's other movies like Guardians of the Galaxy and Suicide Squad? I love them both. I love the Suicide Squad. I need to read more Guardians comics. I've read some Suicide Squad comics. Suicide Squad, I feel like, is pretty malleable in the sense that, it's supposed to be a revolving door. It is weird not having Deadshot in there. You could clearly tell that, and I think they openly said it, that they weren't allowed to use Deadshots. They went Bloodsport, but Bloodsport was so cool that I honestly didn't really care. The costume was honestly even cooler than the comic version somehow. Cooler. Well, I don't think the comic version is the coolest design ever. It is John Byrne, but it's not the coolest. But I loved the Suicide Squad. Loved it. So I'm excited to see what James Gunn does with Superman. So, are we ready to go into this? I didn't realize Nicholas Hoult was Lex Luthor, by the way. So, I've seen a lot of screenshots, full transparency. All right. Talk to your doctor. Okay. Here we go, boys.
This is more.
I'm gonna get a copyright strike. First of all, no one should ever get copyright struck for playing a fucking trailer. Because I'm doing their job for them. I'm advertising. So fuck you if you strike me. I'm gonna play it anyway. So yeah, like the bright suit, Man of Steel, it was very dark blue, and I didn't like that. Curly hair suit. Okay, I kind of see it. Oh, Crypto's in it, right?
Crypto. Home. Take me home.
Luthor Corp? Isn't it Lex Corp?
Superman.
Guy Gardner, you haven't seen that Hawk Girl? Mr. Terrific. All right. So, thoughts? Yeah, seriously. It looks so good. Are you fucking kidding me? Yeah, I like that. At first, I'll be honest, is it just me? At first, I almost felt like it looked like a TV movie, to be honest, in the first couple of shots. It had to get me used to the look of it. I don't know why, but for some reason, this kind of looked like a TV movie to me for a little bit. That's my one negative, I will say. I don't know why. I don't know why. I can't decide. I don't know what it is. Maybe someone can pinpoint it for me, but I do like the look of it. And, you know, I'll be honest, I had to warm up to the idea of him. But I'm kind of warming up to within this one trailer. I was like, I don't know how I feel. I don't know how I feel. Kind of like it. Crypto. So they're going full comic book, which I like. So Luthor Corp, wasn't that what it was called in Smallville? Because it was like it came from his dad. It was his dad's company in Smallville, right? So it was Luthor Corp. Let me double check that. Yeah, Luthor Corp. Because of Smallville. So LexCorp, that's why. Lionel Luthor from Smallville. Yeah, Lionel Luthor. Which I never finished that show, but I watched the first 2 seasons. So Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor actually looks really good. I was kind of surprised. Like, that's Nicholas Hoult. He looks kind of young, but it's like, well, Lex isn't supposed to be old. And Jesse or Michael Rosenbaum is, you know, so it actually works. I like this. Look at Lex. Again, everything took a second to grow to me, and I realized this is actually natural. We're so used to Superman being in a dark everything. It's like an unapologetic Superman.
Superman.
That's what Superman would do, man. I love Guy Gardner. I remember seeing screenshots of this. So first of all, his outfit I do not like. The dorky haircut I do like. But what the hell is that outfit, man? Like, he should have the jacket. Somebody save me. Yeah, exactly. This is fuck them. Well, you know what? It's okay, because the money I want to make from the stream, if we were to make any, it's the cinematography. That's what I'm saying. It is a weird looking. Yeah, I don't know. Something about the way it's shot. I don't know. It's colorful, I will say. So wait, because you're seeing all these heroes. Is there an early version of the Justice? Because my whole thing is, it seems like there has already been this universe has been around for a while. I like that. I like that we're seeing a lived-in universe, but everyone's also still young, which is like the comics, right? Like, everyone's still young, despite all this history having happened. I liked it. And we don't have to go through the whole seeing everything happen for the first time again. I like that a lot. It seems like they're really focusing on hope, which again, I like. Lex looks great. So we got Guy Gardner, who's obviously going to be a prick. It looks like maybe there's a version of the Justice League that Superman's not a part of. Maybe Superman was a member of the Justice League and isn't anymore. It's like, Superman, we need you to do this. This is this. And we have the biggest dickhead version of Green Lantern. Mr. Terrific is more JSA, right? Because Hawkgirl, all right, because this is why the lineup's confusing, right? Is because Crypto, Guy Gardner with that silly haircut, Mr. Terrific, Hawkgirl, Halt as Lex, the old costume with the trunks. Oh, that's right, the trunks. Yes. Nothing but positives. Yeah. Yeah. I do wish Guy Gardner's costume was a bit, it's weird. It's comic booky, but it doesn't, like, Guy Gardner's costume actually, even though he has the tacky bowl cut, which, by the way, great casting as Guy. It's funny because when he was cast, my first thought was Nathan Fillion is the voice of Hal Jordan in a lot of stuff. He's the voice of Hal in quite a few things, and of Steve Trevor in the Wonder Woman movie. But so it's going to be weird hearing Hal Jordan's voice, because I always thought he would make a great Hal, but especially now that he's older, I could see him being Guy. But Nathan Fillion could have made a great Hal and did make a great Hal in the animated universe. So it's going to be weird. He's now played both Guy Gardner and Hal Jordan. Now, he's the definitive voice for Hal Jordan. He's the voice I hear for Hal Jordan in the comics. But he looks like a great fit for Guy Gardner. I think he's a great pick for Guy Gardner. Is it Crisis where Guy gets his new costume? Oh, wait. What was John saying? Gunn said Justice League International isn't created yet. My theory is that Guy, Hawkgirl are part of the Terrifics. What is the Terrifics? I think I've heard of them before. But aren't they they were like, because Mr. Terrific is one of those characters I think that was like created early 2000s, but like I remember when I learned that I was surprised because he's one of those characters that just feels like he's been around forever. He's one of those like early DC characters that they just kind of got it right, which of course Jeff Johns, right? It was Jeff Johns. Wait, hang on, Mr. Terrific. It was Jeff Johns, right? And what artist who created Mr. Terrific? Like, Mr. Terrific is such a classic sounding name. 2011? Wow. No, not even. Wow, he's more recent than that. He first appeared in his own book? Hang on, are we sure? No, that's not right. That's not right. No. That might be that version of that character. No, he had to have been Mr. Terrific. When did he first show up? I thought it was the JSA run with he's not that new of a character, is he? Yeah, no, that was looking at the Prime Earth. His first appearance ever. No, his first appearance is 97. Okay. John Ostrander and Tom Mandrake. I didn't know Tom. I know Tom. I didn't know Tom Mandrake created. He appeared in Spectre? That's interesting. I didn't know that. Okay. I thought it was Jeff Johns. No, it's 97. Wow. 97, Michael Holt. Oh, there is a Golden Age Mr. Terrific. That's why. Okay, so Terry Sloan is the Golden Age Mr. Terrific. He's the new version. So hold on a second. These could all be these are all kind of Mantle characters because Hawkgirl has like the whole reincarnation thing going. Then Guy Gardner has like maybe not Mantle necessarily. It's different from Mantle because it's a Corps, but he's a member of a Corps. So maybe it's not the same thing at all. And then Mr. Terrific is this is a Mantle, unless they just skip the original Mr. Terrific for this universe. It's so comic booky. I love it. I love how unapologetically comic booky it is. I do think it looks a little cheap in some areas. Lois looks great. See, this sold me. This shot exchange. At first, I wasn't crazy about it. And just the facial expressions between them and the Daily Bugle. And then seeing, it's like slowly they won me over. By the way, did you guys see the Christopher Reeve documentary? Really powerful stuff. I just watched it on TV. The Terrifics is Mr. Terrific's own team that is DC's Fantastic Four. It's written by Jeff Lemire. Gotcha. Yeah, I know. Amy Adams is gorgeous, right? But I was like, why is Lois Lane a redhead? And then why are all the redhead characters not redheads? And then you have non-redhead characters that are redhead. It was like Iris West is the redhead reporter, right? Isn't Iris redhead, or because I know depending on the artist, she's either brunette or like auburn, but she's a redhead, right? She could have been Iris West, but that would imply that Zack Snyder gives a shit about comics. Listen, that's a good point of contention I've had with people. I don't think Zack Snyder is a comic book fan. I think James Gunn is a comic book fan. I don't think Zack Snyder is. I think Zack Snyder went to like most famous graphic novels and then just kind of read like Dark Knight Returns, like Killing Joke, like all the edgy boy comics, and then he goes, I'm a comic book fan now. It's like, no, you don't go through you don't go looking through old issues. Vaughn, Lanterns is cooked. You think it's gonna be bad? Dude, it's like a TV show, right? Who did they cast again? I know everyone was upset by Lanterns by Jon Stewart because he's like very light skin, and Jon Stewart was supposed to be a very dark guy. I think is one of the because he just doesn't really look that much like the character. Okay, in some aspects I see it because okay, hold on a second. I don't think James Gunn seems to be confident. On the surface, at least, seems like he is, but deep down, I doubt it. That's kind of, I can understand it. Because he definitely changes a lot of stuff from the source material, which I don't like. Seems like he uses the characters, but maybe he's not super done. Well, I don't know. I think he kind of looks, I mean, like, all right, so his eyes, I remember there's one episode where he's going around on his day-to-day without the ring. Because I didn't realize, so he has brown eyes, but then his eyes glow green when he uses the ring, at least the animated series. In the comics, I don't think that's the case. And then is Hal even cast? Is this? Hang on. Oh, he is. See, I don't think this is a bad duo. I think these guys look good. Actually, I'm very happy with this. Wait, how old is Kyle Chandler? He looks, because I've seen him and stuff. How old is he? 15. Ooh. All right. That's not necessarily bad, but why are they making him so much older than? That's an interesting choice. They're making him a lot older. He wants to make it grounded, not fun. Oh. Yeah, that was the weird thing where it was like, oh, yeah, all right, Lanterns is stupid because the casting looks good. The casting looks good. Like, but again, as we've seen in the past, casting can only go so far. Like Henry Cavill had the look of Superman. Okay. I could just side by side images all day. Doesn't mean it's gonna be good. How the fuck do you make Green Lantern ground? See, this I didn't like when they showed off the first images and it was this. Because my friend was like, oh my God, we're getting Green Lantern. I'm like, are you? Because Green Lantern is like the most colorful over the top shit. You can't make this shit grounded. Look at, they have the color spectrum. They have like intergalactic, all these different aliens. And also, let's be real, fellas. Look, do you think they're gonna do my girl Star Sapphire justice in that outfit? I don't think so. I don't think so. Oh man. Yeah, I don't think I'm concerned. I'm concerned. Oh man. How you can't make it fucking grounded. I want my kitty cat. I want my live action Dexter. Give me that kitty cat. He's always trying to change everything about the comics to turn into something exactly like Snyder. This is True Detective featuring Green Lantern. This is Game of Thrones featuring Wonder Woman. That's a good point. I think, Shine, I think I'm being had again. I think you're pulling me back into reality because I think I'm so desperate. How has the Earth one look with a beard? This is the problem with DC is they keep the multiverses are really a problem where you're changing everything constantly. What about Supergirl? Oh, you're talking about like why isn't she in the trailer? That would have been fun, Supergirl. But I understand you don't want two Kryptonians. But Man of Steel didn't have color and certain characters like this new Superman. That's true. Even though a lot of movies, people love James Gunn's Guardian movies, I hated how pretty much everything about them. That's one of the things, too, is I would make that argument. One of my friends pointed out to me, I go, James Gunn actually respects the source material. And he goes, Vaughn, have you read the Guardians comics? I'm like, no. And he goes, how do you know they're like the source material? And I was like, that's a good point. I always just assumed they were, because who would care about Guardians of the Galaxy? And then I thought about it. And apparently they're not like at all. Apparently they're very different from the Guardians of the Galaxy. So yeah. That's the thing. But yeah, I mean, I'm even Ramen and I thought of your hair. Thank you, John. Thank you. Glad I could. I hope happy thoughts. I hope the happiest thoughts. We got 2 live visitors, baby. 2 live visitors on my website. It's awesome. Yeah, I mean, the more I sell, the more I can produce, but you know, that all depends, right? You can't I think the whole story of Alan Moore being scammed by DC kind of radicalized me now. Now I hate comic. I get it. Well, Alan Moore is also a curmudgeon in general. But you know, I'll always feel bad for creators, right? Because I'm a creator myself. Sutter may only like the edgy comics, but he does pay tribute, lifting shots, lines, frames. Yeah, but all right. The problem is he'll do it, but he doesn't understand the meaning behind it. Like, again, Batman in Dark Knight Returns is not what he is in... I could get into it. I get it. He has elements of love for it. But, I don't know. Yeah, basically. Yeah. Talk to creators at cons about, and how many of them feel like, you know, and that's the thing. I'm my own creator, but that also means, you know, I have to be honest with like artists. I'm like, hey, I'm not getting paid right now. I'm paying right now. More ways than financially. And shitload of money, you know, and every but also time and everything. And so, you know, the people who are getting paid are the talent, but none of them own the rights to anything I do, right? Like Rebel Oasis, like eventually, you know, I would love to, you know, make sure that they're help, like, in some ways compensated, right? But like for now, all I can do is pay them the rates because at the end of the day, the profits, that comes to me. But I have to make profits. And right now, whatever profits I do make, it's going back in the company for the foreseeable future. At least for the next year. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, John. Exactly. And I wish I could charge less too. That's another thing. I wish I could charge less, but I have to pay more to make the comic and then ship it out. You know, that alone costs a sizable amount of money that I can't, that I have to be honest about. I have to be honest about it. How much that shit costs. Yeah, no, I know. No, it's okay. It's okay. But if you guys haven't yet, oh, by the way, guys, so just so you know, if you want to get Phenomenova issue 2, reminder that you can get it on January 3rd. So after the holidays, make sure you got a little extra money squared away. It doesn't even have to be that much, because this book is going to be cheaper, much cheaper than the first one. But if you back Phenomenova issue 2 on the first day, look what you get. You get this trading card art with your copy of the book, but only if you back on January 3rd. Bleeds a little into January 4th because I will give you 24 hours. But if you get a physical copy of the book will be $10 plus, 10 shipping. Or you can get multiple copies. There's going to be 4 covers total. You will be able to get this trading card with the book for free. And also, all backers, because I already promised, and now whatever debt I'm in is of my own making. I just hope I sell enough to make it worth it, because people who back will also get, because I understand January is not the best time. The economy is kind of shit right now. This trading card, too. You get 2 trading cards if you back at day 1 with your order. So, and the book is mostly done. I just need to raise a lot for shipping. I'm going to be honest about my goal is, I think I'm aiming at $4,000 goal, which for this campaign, I'm really prioritizing outreach, getting on as many channels as I can. Not happening. And then we got... Let's go through the covers, shall we? Let's talk about issue 2 for a second. And then I'm going to get off. And do some more work, and then I might even relax a bit. Might even let myself read comics or enjoy entertainment instead of just... You're welcome to show on my channel. Of course, man. Let's get a... DM me. Tell me your availability. I'm going to be on January 3rd. I'm launching. Tell me any day after that in January. Let me know, and I'll try and make something happen. I'd love to come on your show. There we go. We got Phenomenova. This is the main cover for issue 2, of course. Then we've got, hold on, why is it not going through? God damn it. Then we got this one. This is the Mel Ruby cover. Then we got this one. This is the Mariano Chapo cover. And then we got the Dawn Draws cover right here. All 4 covers. All 4. So there we go. Thank you guys so much for watching my show. And let's play the trailer for issue 2 as we head out. If you haven't read issue 1, make sure you get your hands on it as soon as possible. See you guys.
I just want it to be like the Crusader Corps. Like my father. I thought with my new powers I could be. But I failed. I let everyone down. I got people hurt. I just wanted to make the world a better place. And instead I made things worse.
But now I have the chance to make things right with the help of one of the Crusader Corps. The Phoenix Senshi. And I will. I have to. Whatever it takes. I will find that spark again.